Hello. Oh, good afternoon. Most of you are back from lunchtime now. Here in the West Coast, it's still 11 a.m. And we are going to talk today a little bit more about technical analysis and the financial markets. More specifically, I'll be showing how the indices have been moving and refer to some comments I made the previous days. And just a reminder, this is just a sample of what can be done with technical analysis. And even the trades I mentioned, it's not sufficient to know the setup or the entry points. It's trading. It's a lot more involving than just knowing, well, I should buy here or I should sell there. It's not just this. There's a lot more involved with a trade, putting a trade, and mostly risk control, risk management. And if you don't know how to manage risk, and it's very difficult to be successful. Well, let's talk now about the S&P 500 index. Last time I mentioned that my expectation was that the index will trade higher, and that's what indeed happening. We are now reaching a resistance level in between those two lines and that moving average that is pointing down now. And right now my expectation is that we should move a little bit higher, or maybe have a very narrow day tomorrow, and tomorrow will be pretty much like a decision day if the index will keep going higher, or if the S&P 500 is going to trade lower for the rest of the week. So tomorrow it's a day that I usually call decision day, and that's when we'll be having a better idea on what may be reserved for the markets the next few days. Looking at the Dow Jones index now, it's pretty much the same behavior. We've reached also a very important resistance point. And if you notice, I don't have a single value, it's just a range of resistance. And we had a very strong volume last Friday. It was options expired day, and it was a triple reaching day. Usually, statistically, the next day, the day following the reaching day, it's the day that the market drops. It's not exactly on reaching day. And we are having the market going forward today. Well, it's March, and March, it's a strong day as a general for the market. And I am not sure if we will be able to proceed higher in March or not. Again, for the Dow Jones Index, tomorrow will be a decision day. And let's see how the market is going to trade tomorrow. The Nasdaq, it's not showing as much strength as the other indices. Usually when the market is strong, the Nasdaq moves ahead faster, and when the market's weak, the Nasdaq shows more weakness than the other indices. The Nasdaq today is not able to reach the next resistance level, and I'll put a horizontal line, or I'll move this one. The next resistance level for the Nasdaq is that region here, and we are still a little bit far away from that region. When we reach that level, the moving average will be around that region too. So we might reach that level tomorrow. Let's see how the market will behave in general. However, the Nasdaq is weaker than the other two US indices. The TSX, it's stronger than the other ones, and that's pretty much related to what type of companies are in the TSX. So a lot of resource companies, a lot of mining, good banks, good Canadian banks in general are very good in terms of market behavior. I'm talking about just the charts. Don't think that I'm making any banking recommendations in Canada. I'm talking about the charts. Canadian bank charts are very good to trade, so that's all I'm talking about. So the TSX now it's reaching resistance region and showing a lot more strength than the US indices. So what I expect for tomorrow might be a little bit further up movement, and we might be trading up to that level here. Maybe we get a top or a high for the day around 14,160. So let's see what type of trading we get tomorrow for the TSX. Now, just to mention a few companies that I mentioned last Friday. For example, what are they? Oh no, before going there, let's talk about the US oil ETF. One of them, right? One of the oldest ones, but one of them. United States Oil Fund. This one I mentioned last week that we found support around that region, and indeed we traded higher, and now we are trading back inside this channel here that is marked here. We might be trading higher tomorrow, and that's pretty much what the season what is expected because of the season. However, I don't see as much strength as I anticipated for oil today, and I would like to see more strength and not that type of narrow range candle. I think it's safer to if I were long on USO, I would be shortening my stops around here, and I have a money management or a risk management, how I prefer to say. I have a risk management strategy that I use in such cases, and I talk about those strategies on the risk management training course, and I also talk about that strategy on the business planning workshop. So I would be getting a little bit more picky about my positions on USO. Another company that I would like to mention is Exxon. Exxon, let's go to the daily chart. Exxon made a very interesting movement, a correction, found support around that region here, and it's trading higher, approaching now a resistance level and the 20 period moving average. Interesting part is that looking at the intraday chart, we are trading close to a downward trend line, a downtrend line, and that trend line is an important one because it's the trend line that connects the highs of this downtrend movement. So my expectation is that we should find some difficulty trading beyond those levels, and we might correct and find support around the $82 region. So that's the type of behavior I expect for Exxon tomorrow, the rest of today and tomorrow. So let's see how it behaves tomorrow. I mean, a very nice chart today, it's Caterpillar. We are trading above recent highs, and which is also 52 weeks high, and with a good chance of trading higher. So the end of the day, closer to the closing, I'll be looking again at the chart and making a decision if I will trade Caterpillar or not. I also talk about that system complete with entry, exit, money management rules, and risk management rules on my training courses and on my coaching also. So it's a very nice chart. It's good to trade and gives very nice smooth movements. It's one of my favorite charts. So what I had to mention today is this. That's what I prepared for you today, and just a reminder, we do not use those videos to talk about setups or about entry, because this is meaningless, let's say. My goal is to help people achieve knowledge. It's not to find a lot of followers that will be buying or selling without knowing what they are really doing. So be aware of those that try to hook you to tips or trading entries or that type of stuff. In the long run, you really need to have knowledge. You need to know what you are doing. Otherwise, you will never be able to really succeed like it is possible to succeed in trading. So that's what I had to mention. I would like to thank you all for watching that video today, and suggest visit to my website where I post those videos, and also where I from time to time I post a chart analysis with more detailed analysis than what I mentioned on the videos. Thank you very much for watching.